best match of the year. Well, best match of the year, there is no nominees because actually all matches can be the, like, all matches are great actually, but to be honest, the OD the test match between India and England was the best match for me actually in 2021, because I was waiting to watch a test match, because I never watch a test match of India, to be honest. And actually I haven't seen even a test match, like for the ball by ball of a test match of the women's teams. So it was my first experience, like many. uh, so definitely it was a memorable experience, and the way they performed, India performed, even both the teams actually performed. They put up a show actually. So I it was a memorable experience of a 4 day. It was a great 4 day affair. It just ached my mind, actually, on my mind forever. Then we move on to the next category, which is best partnership of the year. And I am not mentioning any particular partnerships, but I am actually mentioning the pairs who actually made frequent partnerships this year. And the nominees are Mooney and Magra versus India, then Shafali and Smriti in the test matches, then Alia Riaz and Nidadar. They have done this a million of times actually in 2021. Uh, it seemed like that because the way their top order failed, which is really alarming for them. Actually, but Bisma Maruf is coming, so it will be fixed, I feel. Then Laura Woolwart and Liza Lee versus India. They just destroyed us. Seriously, they just destroyed us. And the winner is Nida Dar and Alia Riaz. Yes, I already explained why. So yes, they are the worthy winners for me. Now let's move on to the next category, which is ball of the year. Yes, the ball of the year has to be Shikha Pandey's that ball in the second T20I, the first ball she in the first over actually. Anyway, that was really great, the way she bowled. And it was like banana swing actually. And it was like killing. So definitely that has to be the ball of the year. And actually best all-rounder of the year. And the nominees are Nat Siver, Hayley Matthews, Nida Dar, Stephanie Taylor, and Snehrana. And the winner is Hayley Matthews. Yes, I already told about this. Hayley Matthews really played well, and with the bat, with the ball, and she actually come back after a long time, because she was like searching for rhythm for the last few years. She struggled a lot, but now she got that rhythm in 2021, I feel. And best bowling spell of the year. And I feel the winner is actually Amanda Jed Wellington. Yes, I also merged some from the WBL, because actually she played. She that bowling spell was really crazy, and I feel like she will get a chance in the Australian side now. So it was actually important for her. And we move on to the next category, which is best wicket keeper of the year. Yes, and the winner is, well, many people will say like biased or something, but yeah, I will give the reason for it is Richa Ghosh, because the way Richa Ghosh kept in the South Africa series, and then she improved, then she matured. The way she matured in her keeping within months, and she performed, and she kept really well in the England T20Is. So I felt really proud for her actually. Richa really played well, and she is now the main keeper for us, ahead of Tanya Bhatia, because of her batting actually. But still, her keeping is really good, and she improved a lot. We all know Tanya Bhatia or Amy Jones, how good they are. Katie Martin, she is experienced. Alyssa Haley too, though Alyssa Haley is this year, she was 2021 was not great for her, but still. So I feel in the respect to growth, Richa should be the winner. We move on to the next category, which is Coach of the year. Yes, it is actually. Um, I mean, it's actually a shout out kind of a thing. Not like I am not a judge of who is a great coach or something, but I feel these people behind the scene should get a shout out, and the nominees are Hilton Moryang, then Harshal Pathak of Thailand's coach, Hilton Moryang of South Africa's coach, then Lisa Keightley, England team's coach, Matthew Mott, Australia's coach, then Julia Price, she is coaching the USA team, then Charlotte Edwards, she in England domestics as well as in the WBBL too. So, and then she has been really successful. She won the RHF trophy, and so yes, she actually and her team reached all the finals. So and then Nushin Al Khadir, yes, Nushin Al Khadir, she is the coach of the Railways team, and Railways team, actually Railways team, Railways team, though we all know that this is the best team in India, best domestic team, and but still actually there was a dip in the 2000, since the 2018, where they lost to Bengal in the ODIs, and then in the T20Is too, Punjab won. So there definitely there was a dip in their performance, but then Nushin Al Khadir became their coach, and now they are back on the track. So yes, best commentator of the year. This is a very interesting very interesting category, and the best commentator, of the year, who actually commentated in the women's matches. Yes, not the women commentators who also commented in the men's matches. No, it's I am not counting them. I am only counting who commentated in the women's matches. And the nominees are Lisa Stalaker, Mel Jones, Greenway, then Reema Malhotra, Snehal Pradhan, and Elise Villani. Yes, Elise Villani also, I really liked her commentary actually, and Snehal Pradhan, of course, Snehal Pradhan and Reema Malhotra are gems in our domestic commentary. Lydia Greenway, I really like her. I actually like her I like her voice too actually. Then Mel Jones, of course. Mel Jones and Lisa Stalaker are legends in this field. And Lisa Stalaker is like a mine of the knowledge of the players. So I feel the worthy winner is Lisa Stalaker. She really make the commentary really. We love to listen to her actually. The way she narrates the stories and also make some fun. So actually it really feels great to listen to her. That's why Lisa Stalaker is the. And then yes, we move on to a very serious category, which is upsets of the year. Well, you will feel that upsets of the year like Bangladesh beat Pakistan and qualified to the World Cup. Then India beat Australia and broke their 26th match winning record streak. No, these are not the upsets, I feel, because in a competitive field, any team can beat any other team any day. So which is really normal, and which should happen actually, and it actually good for the game. That competitiveness should be there, but the upsets for me actually are in the ODI World Cup. The ODI World Cup got abandoned for the COVID-19, and then the breakout of the COVID-19 of the Omicron variant, and then promising looking Thailand just robbed off a World Cup qualification chance. And not only that, they also couldn't qualify for the ICC ODI Championship too, which was really heartbreaking to see. So that's why that was really one of the biggest upsets of the year 2021. And then of course Sri Lanka also couldn't qualify for the World Cup, and it has to be blamed their board actually, because they didn't even organized any matches in between the 2020 World Cup and in the qualifiers. This is just horrible, to be honest. So definitely this was another heartbreak or an upset, which is Spirit of Cricket Award. And I feel with the moment when all the Aussie players and the Indian players click the pictures or together, and they were clicking pictures together, Jhulan talking with Perry. So after the pink test match, it was really a great camaraderie we saw. So that has to be the spirit of cricket, of spirit of cricket moment actually, this year, so in women's cricket. So yes, the award goes to that moment. And then we move on, and now this is a Cricket Kanya Legends Award. It is a tribute, a tribute to the great pioneers who paved the way for the women cricketers of today's generation, or before it. So I have chosen world's oldest test cricketer, former English legend Aileen Ash, who passed away at the age of 110 on 3rd December 2021. The right-arm pacer made her debut in the national side in 1937 against Australia, and by that she became the part of the first women's international between Australia and England that happened at that time. In a career spanning till 1949, she took 10 wickets in the 7 matches she played. But her significance is more than a player. She was she worked for MI6 as an agent too during the World War II, and in the final of the World Cup to 2017, she rang the bell at Lord's, which I tried to portray here through my sketch. You can see her beautiful quotes, and she is really an awe-inspiring character and a true all-rounder, the all-rounder in the truest sense. And I hope you have liked this award show. It was a tiresome effort, to be honest, from my side, and this actually, the game needed this kind of efforts. So that's why I hope you have liked this. And if you like my video, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications of my video, and like this video as well, if you and of course see you next time. Enjoy this great award show on women's cricket, particularly on women's cricket. It was a celebration of them.